Okay, so I'm Alan, and my story is I became homeless when I was 18, and that was due to a family breakdown with my mum. And one night, whilst I was during that point when I was doing my A-levels at the college, my mum basically kicked me out of the house. And luckily I had mates who could rely on and help me out. They offered me food and shelter, and spoke to the quiz advisor at my college, and spoke to my personal tutor, and a lot of them actually signposted me to a good charity in Birmingham called St Basil's. Basically, they support young people who go through homelessness. They were. In fact, I was one of the lucky ones. They were able to offer me accommodation from day one as well. During college, a lady there, I don't know if she's still working there, but I believe her name was Marina. So she told me about all these grants and all these charities that help young people who go through, tough experiences during their education. And we applied for a few. I was grateful that Helena Kennedy Foundation offered me their grant, because I thought to myself, in my final year A-levels, I'm not going to be homeless forever. My plan was to do well my A-levels in my final year and move to university halls. The award from Helena Kennedy Foundation really helped me with my studies in terms of buying books and stationery and other financial means that you need throughout your education life. University is really expensive, and it really made an impact on my study. And actually, I guess that also motivated me to work even more harder for my A-levels. Because A-levels was tough. I'll probably say a lot of people say it's probably one of the toughest qualifications you'll ever do in your life, and I agree actually. It was a challenging year for me because there was all sorts of problems going on. I had to sort my welfare benefits out. That was hard, making a claim, because there were some tough rules about claiming benefits when you're 18 and whatnot. Technically you're not a child and all these other things. But anyways, so I stayed in St Basil's for 1 year exactly, and it just turns out that end of the 12-month period I was moving to university anyways. So I moved to University Halls at the University of Birmingham, and actually I think it was within 2 years of my degree, about 2 years after being homeless, I got in touch with my mum, and it was only just to collect some of my belongings back at the house that I couldn't collect at the time. Just going to say I'm really happy that we're in good terms with each other now. Visit her, and she suggested, Alan, you can come back here if you want and stay come live here. But actually, I kind of said, I've kind of moved on now, and I'm happy being independent and whatnot. When it came to results day, I found out that I got first class. Achieved first class at the end of my degree, which I was really pleased. I didn't really expect that. Graduation was actually one of my highlights of my day, because I managed to get all my family there. So my mum and my dad, and they've not seen each other, spoken to each other for years. So got the family photo and did all sorts on graduation day. So I was pleased with that. To say that I managed to get onto a really competitive graduate scheme called the Civil Service Fast Stream. So I'm currently a civil servant, which basically means I work for the government. Basically, I serve the day-to-day government. And I believe the Civil Service Fast Stream this year, 2018, they're ranked number 2 in the Times top 100 graduate employers. So that's a brilliant achievement in itself. So I like to serve the public, and that's basically what a civil servant is, or you could call us a public servant. Just like the police, firemen, teachers, doctors, whatever, we serve the public. But that's important for me because I'm proud to be British and I love the country, and I think I like making a difference to other people's lives out there. So I like to make a difference to other people's lives and contribute to society and tackle the social inequalities in our country. Basically, I learnt so much throughout my education degree about how a child's background can impact on their life outcomes, their employment outcomes, educational outcomes, and that meant a lot to me, because it kind of made me think, wow, actually I can relate to some of this stuff. I don't come from a privileged background, yet I've faced a lot of barriers in life. But having said that, I managed to do well. A lot of kids out there, they've got it worse than me actually. I've met a lot of people during my time being homeless, and some of them don't have family and friends. A lot of them have other social or support needs, so I was actually really lucky in terms of my journey throughout college, homelessness and whatnot. If I had to give say my top 5 tips, but particularly to those who who've come from difficult backgrounds, I would say, number one, whatever situation you're in, so don't give up on your dreams and your aspirations. If you've got ambition in life, work towards it. So that's my number one tip. Number two, I would say, maintain your contacts. If you have a family breakdown, try to build bridges. Same with friendships. You need your social networks wherever you go. So that's family, friendships, professional networks as well. If you're not networking, do some networking. Number three, I would probably say take up all the support that you can get. So if there's loads of support, say at your university, if they've got like academic writing sessions, you need to be going to them. If your tutor is offering you some feedback, you need to be reading that feedback on charities, whatever. Any forms of support, and apply for it if you need to, and don't be afraid to ask for help in applying for it. Just remember that only you can lead your own life. No one's gonna hand you a plate and spoon feed you. You literally have to put all these things into effect. So just be proactive with your life, and seek opportunities. So that's what I want to do. My long-term goal is to work for the civil service and shape policy to make a difference to people's lives out there. I would like to be a leader one day in the civil service. That's my aspiration. So I'll also be a good role model, and try to, I see myself being a leader of people and motivating people, inspiring them, leading them, and leading the civil service towards a good future and for the country itself.